I'm here today at IGUANALAND, travelled all the way from Australia. Today I'm joined with Joe. We're going to check out IGUANALAND. Thanks for watching CrittaCam. Joe has got the lucky privilege of being the main man here, keeping the animals. Let's talk through it, Joe. What do we got here? Like this, to me, this is some of the older cages that are still left over from the older days.
These cages have been here since the beginning, from what I understand. Little, maintenance here. They're doing well. They're holding up just fine. But we've got some miscellaneous iguana species, and that's iguana genus, Tenosaur genus, and Cyclura genus. So here we have the Lesser Antilles, the Delicatissima. We've got another Delicatissima pair here. We've got some Lewisii here. This guy's really cool. His name's Pan. He's a sweetheart. He comes out for the kids and whatnot, and that's what we focus on here at IGUANALAND.
So he's part of the education program?
Absolutely.
A very hands-on program?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's one of those important things I know as a reptile keeper, and I used to do a lot of educational stuff in Australia too. We look at animals, we can see the animals, there's a certain amount of appreciation, but once we touch the animals with our hands, it really changes the way that we think.
And I think that's what sets us apart from other zoos. It's much different getting to interact with an animal hands-on, really get to know the animal for even just 15-20 minutes instead of looking through 6 inches of glass 30 feet away at an animal. I think it really sets us apart, makes a difference for the kids and even the people that are worried about reptiles, they're scared of animals or whatnot.
Yeah. I mean, Joe's really talking it down here, but you guys have got a very impressive collection of reptiles.
Thank you.
Now, what was the total number again?
That is not off the top of my head, but I know.
Oh, hang on a second.
240. The last number I had was
the master. The elusive Thai Park lizard whisperer.
He knows everything, maybe because he doesn't know about the number because I keep adding them every week.
Oh, well, that's right. It keeps adding. Yeah, I can see.
But it's about 240, and then about 140 turtles and turtles.
Oh man, that's impressive. You got your work cut out for you, Joe.
Hands are full.
Full. I mean, look how impressive this is, guys. Like Joe was saying, these are the older cages. The whole theory behind these cages is still the same. You've got the microclimates, you've got living plants, you've got a canopy atop there, still allowing sun to penetrate. And in case you're not aware, the sun is penetrating. It is damn hot here, and the humidity is absolutely insane. But these animals are thriving. I mean, look, this guy's chilling out there, sitting in the pot plant. So he's obviously burrowed himself in there and he's absorbing some of the cooler substrate.
It is an uncommon species, at least here in the States. That's Tenosaur acantharia, northeastern Mexican spiny tail. Very cool little guys, very similar to Pectinata, but very uncommon.
IGUANALAND started off as a lizard farm.
Basically, yeah, absolutely.
And it's now evolved into something bigger and more oppressive. And I mean, I'm sort of lost for words. Look at the size of these enclosures here. I mean, I'm only a small guy, I'm about 6'2". This cage is going to be at least 10 foot tall.
I think it's 12.
Yeah, 12. And it's a massive cage. Like, what are you keeping there? Obviously, you've got something massive there.
There is a female crocodile monitor.
Holy, yeah, there she is, sitting down there, chilling out. An absolute giant animal.
Yeah, her next door neighbor is a little bigger.
Yeah? Talk me through this. So we've got the big cage here, and like we said, every cage I've seen here is being designed for the animal's welfare, for the animal. Which is, I guess, it's a sort of a different sort of theory, because most of the times we build cages for ourselves and then we sort of add the animals in there. But this has got living animals, you've got canopy again, you've got multiple components where the animal can hide and move about, but then you've got this indoor component. Now, where we're from in Australia, typically we would use this as a hothouse. During the cold months of the year, we put them in somewhere where they get out of the heat.
Okay.
So I'm going to say you guys do the opposite, right?
Little backwards from what we do. We let them in there when it's a little too cold. So once it drops below 60 Fahrenheit, all of our monitor species, all the varanids get heat.
Wow.
Get, supplemental heat.
It's amazing. I mean, look, another gigantic, spacious enclosure. I mean, we could go there for a paddle, really. That's a decent sized pond.
This is our male croc monitor. His name is Tommy. He's going to be hiding in that.
Hiding in the corner as well, yeah, under the plant.
It's a little warm, so pretty typical. But he definitely utilizes the entire cage. It's amazing to see him. He's 8-9 feet long, just stretched out. It's amazing to see.
It's a massive enclosure. Now, I believe this is one of your stars. It's a fellow Australian. So
we are one of 5 facilities in the States that have the pleasure and the privilege of keeping Parentes. This lovely fellow here is Irwin.
He's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous.
He is, but wait until you see Geo. Geo is stunning.
Next level?
Stunning. absolutely stunning.
Now that's something we don't see a lot of in Australia, is outdoor enclosures for parenties.
Really?
Even though they come from our country, not every state has the ability to give them exactly what they need. So it's interesting for me when I travel the world, I get to see a lot of Australian species being kept in different countries, kept in different ways, and seeing these animals thrive. You know, for me, I'll take that back and I'll change the way I think and I'll add some adaptations, you know, and that's the important part, I think, as an animal keeper, that we keep our minds open to new possibilities and new things. Let's keep going. And there again, we got the same thing. These guys, when it gets too cold, they go into the hot room. Yep.
Absolutely.
Let's look at the hot room for a second, guys. It actually has a hot box inside the hot room, right?
Yeah. Yep. That box has 2 Zoom-Ed habitat heaters attached to the lid, and then if needed, we also put in a little space heater if it's for the really, really cold nights.
That's amazing. Another gigantic enclosure.
This little guy, he's not so little for an Argus. He's a big boy, but that is our Argus monitor. We named him Arnold. We named him after Schwarzenegger, so
Yeah.
he's got the big arms. He's pretty built.
So Argus monitors in Australia are Panoptes monitors. Sometimes they call them tripod monitors because these guys are notorious for standing up on their rear legs, using the tail, and sort of checking out the areas. But Argus monitors, they also come from PNG, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So there's a bit of a crossover with our animals in some of these other countries, especially PNG. They get frillies, they get taipans, they get spotted pythons, as well as our carpet pythons, and a whole heap of stuff we sort of interact there. But just when you think that's all, it goes on again. There's so much more here, so much more. These murals are absolutely amazing. The time and effort that's gone into this, and this even, you know, an artificial tree. I guess you guys are using this for an education platform at some stage?
Yeah, so we posed our animals on it for cool pictures, and then yeah, of course, we'll be sitting out here with a lizard or something, and have a group of kids around and whatnot.
And I mean, look, more rows of cages. I mean, when I was back here like 5 years ago, we had multiple sort of smaller cage systems through here. This is all brand new. This section over here is still under construction. There's a lot of mock rock going on in here, and as you can see, it's in various different components of construction. But look at these enclosures. Now, for a reptile guy, what I really love about these enclosures is there's a few different varieties of the way these cages have been built. So once again, we've got a canopy on top that helps break down the heat and filters the light. And then inside each cage, you have plants giving micro habitats. When you're working with multiple different species from all over the world, you now have the opportunity to rehouse these animals in different sort of components in different ways, making it more efficient and easy to keep them. And I mean, these cages are floor to ceiling, got sealed walls on the sides and the backs. So you can imagine the breeze will probably not transfer all the way through. But as we progress down further, and I mean, these guys here, obviously enclosed, so they have different requirements again.
So this is just a double-sided enclosure. We house our caiman lizards inside.
Oh, okay.
They can actually cross over to the other side there. And this species we actually, yeah, he's actually great. This species we actually bring inside over the winter. Well, at least overnight at winter.
So for instance, we've got caiman lizards hanging out in here. And I mean, that's a thumper. And I mean, if people don't know much about caiman lizards, these guys have, their teeth are just like molars, like human molar teeth. Typically, they feed a lot on snails. So what are you guys feeding? Snails priority or a bit of everything?
We put in cat food, cut up shrimp, crawdads, snails if we have them, but snails are a little bit hard to source.
Yes. Oh, okay, no, that's cool. So caiman lizard, it looks like a big sort of alligator. Beautiful colours. And I'm going to say it's a male because the males do have the red head. Yep.
A male.
And he's definitely a big chunker.
You can also tell he's a male by the little enlarged scale there. It's actually an enlarged scale. And then of course his manhood.
Yeah, he's quite large. So we'll pop him back in there. And there again, you know, this animal gets to choose multiple areas and where he wants to be at different times of the day. It's not where the keeper wants him to be, it's where he wants to be. He's got the luxury of having this monstrous apartment right here. You can see why his name is Big Red.
Absolutely.
So these are all doubles, yeah, or not all?
No, this is the only double.
I'd like to say thanks to Joe for giving us a hand today, and especially Ty, and a dear old friend of mine, Matt, old Matty here, Gecko Guru,
Yeah,
Sus Big Reptiles. Now, I'd like to say thanks very much, guys. Thanks for watching CrittaCam. Till next time, be kind to each other. Thank you.